Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of the HyperTalks podcast. We are here again with Viviane Jaeger, the global head of marketing for Strawbees, and we're going to tackle the subject of both marketing but also entrepreneurial skills and startups. Welcome.
That's right. Lovely to meet you all. I listened in before and I'm very excited to sit here, and it's like, Friday night and I'm kind of feeling a little bit, classic thing when you push yourself a little bit and do something new.
Wow, we actually have listeners.
Yeah, if you listened in, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's amazing that you accepted our invitation. Thank you. Shall I say boss?
Well, you explained the background, why?
Yes, because I'm helping during my Hyper Island as a part-time marketing intern, and I learned so many things, and it's amazing. And thank you. I want to live here in this, since we have listeners. I want to thank you and Strawbees as well for helping me during this whole journey. And just jumping in straight to the check-in question, since we have limited time and it's a Friday night as we said. Let's say that Duolingo invents a magic language pill. And I'm saying this because everyone here can speak some languages, more than 2. And with that, you can learn one language instantly. Which one would be the language that for which language you're going to take this pill?
Language is interesting. I mean, AI language, developer language, data language, all international stuff. Language is a thing which is close to my heart. I'm from Switzerland originally, so I speak 4 to 5 languages. If on a personal level, for my 2 boys, I would, this pill, half it, mash it up, put it in their drinks, and then hope they're going to respond to me in Swiss German, but they don't. So they speak Swedish back, but they understand it. But on a professional level, due to speaking different languages, I think you not only talk different, you also think different. And I think, therefore, I guess it's a little bit of a philosophical answer. I would say just international language, people who, on that level.
Yeah. But would it be one specific that you would choose? For example, I don't know. I would choose Japanese in a way.
Right.
So if I could learn Japanese in one night.
Well, yeah. In that case, probably I would say Spanish, because that's one of the largest languages spoken worldwide.
Yeah, closer to number 1.
Yeah.
Smart move, as everything here we can say.
But it's a hot topic for an education technology brand that's Strawbees I'm working for, because we decided to start with English just because of simplicity, international schools, but also English, the British standard, the US education standards are one of the largest. And then, of course, if you want to do a good job, you need to go local. And then you need to translate it into Chinese and Spanish and German, etc.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you guys?
I would say I'm interested in both Spanish and Japanese. I think I started studying Japanese a long time ago and really want to learn more. But then also Spanish. I mean, I think Spanish would be so useful just in life in general. And Japanese maybe a little bit more limited.
Hobbies.
Yeah,
cultural.
And I realize now I forgot to introduce the team who's here today. I mentioned Viviane, but we also have Greg that you've heard speaking. Yeah, and we also have
Natalia.
And your language of choice is?
I would be simple. I would choose English as a native because it's not my native language. And I didn't have a lot of experience at my school when I studied English, and sometimes I even didn't have lessons. I started studying it only when I moved abroad, and I have a lot of obstacles with studying it in that age. So I'd prefer to get this pill, and to close all the subject right now.
Yeah, would make it so much easier. That's
Yes.
right. So when is it coming up? Let us know.
Yeah.
But Viviane, how has your journey to marketing as Strawbees been? What have you done? What's your background?
I love that question. And that's not one I need to prepare for. So, yeah, I needed to find my tribe, like we all, the people who think similar to you, because then you're passionate and you can do what you love to do at work. And my journey started when I moved to London when I was 19. And I studied product design and development. And during that time, we came up with an invention, a smart material. And because it was always raining in the UK, London, and a sea of black umbrellas. And we thought, let's change this, Oxford Circus, how boring, And we were inspired by Jackson Pollock, who splashes paint on a white canvas. And it's like a walking piece of art. And that's how we started. And then it kind of evolved in lots of many product lines. But I would say that kind of mindset, that entrepreneurial mindset, I brought in here to Sweden. And when, it was time to look for new challenges and, collaborate with similar-minded people here, I found co-working spaces was my place here, especially in Stockholm. There are tons of them. And I've been in a couple of them, and I made amazing friends. And I was like, hey, we had that international language. We had the same way of entrepreneurial thinking. It was fun. These people were fun, and they same level of energy. And there I met Strawbees and team of Strawbees Kids Hack Day and collaborated on a crafts table. And 100 kids were building robots, and it was an amazing day. So that was the beginning of a great story.
And you have one of your products with you here today. Do you want to mention something about it?
Yeah, that's great. Let's invent something together.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
Wow. Yeah.
Shall we do it now? Or?
Yeah. So, okay, everyone. So do you want to brief
but
everyone?
Definitely should record the video of this.
we have a video
That's
as well.
right. Okay. So this is the key for prototyping. And you know that feeling when you're you're hands-on and you quickly want to bring an idea in your brain out into the real life. And so it's super simple. It's these keys, and they have 4 different keys. And we can start building something.
Wow.
So for everyone who is listening from Spotify or Apple Podcasts right now, and they're not watching the video, we were unpackaging a Strawbees case. It's called the Steam Starter Kit. And it's basically straws. That's why it comes the name Strawbees, I guess. And it has connectors, right? So you can create various shapes, and with these connectors you can just connect them. And it comes with 2 packages of 2, 1, and 3. Mm-hmm. And there are as I can see, there are various straws.
Let's make something.
Yeah, let's make something with the remaining
because we're kind of far from the guys, but we can connect.
Have you done this before, Greg?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
I have a basic one at home, yeah.
I was just printing
You do.
for an event failing forward, a big slogan.
We need connectors,
We
Greg.
need some connectors.
Yeah.
Please fail, try again, repeat,
Yeah, I am.
test.
I'm failing.
That's what it's all about.
Let's do it
get
together.
Doesn't need to be perfect.
It helps us to connect more effectively.
Yeah, exactly. Teamwork.
teamwork.
You guys over there. So.
There you have it. So it's basically different types of straws. Yes, and now we can, or maybe you can use this one. So it's basically various types of straws, and they come in different shapes and colors. Mm-hmm. And I guess the colors is an indication of the length.
Yes, that's right. That's mathematical work that these shapes can work together. But yeah, you can do amazing stuff. You need to imagine our office is like a playground for adults. Yeah. And some of our inventors never stopped playing. So you have little planes flying around your head. And I mean, the games are we just came from a company event yesterday. It was a conference, but it's fun.
It was a playground.
That's right.
Oh, unfortunately, I haven't joined one of those, but I'm like, okay. Yes, and now we have like a,
It's
Oh, I love that.
yeah, how you call it?
electricity from
Yeah, I mean, you can like,
winds.
you can blow.
From winds.
If we,
Yeah.
basically, or I mean, but there is more material than that. There is like a website as well that people can learn how to do things on that. Would you like to tell us more about it, Viviane?
Yeah, it's classroom.strawbees.com, and there you find all the resources for like low tech to high tech, like lessons. But it can be all the way to university level as well as for kindergarten, and it's amazing what you can come up with. Yeah, there is like this tetrahedron I built here. Like you can, like if you have 4, there's going to be a larger one, and so on. So 16, and you move on. And Eric Twirsons from Strawbees has won the Guinness World Record for building the largest tetrahedron in Gothenburg, where he needed a crane. So what I'm saying? Building big, dreaming bigger.
Wow. I think you bring the startup vibe in this studio. It's like, okay, hands on, let's do this. Let's.
Exactly. Let's talk about startups.
Yeah, but so when creating a startup, like what? Because it feels like startup is a very popular topic nowadays. A lot of people say like you should try with starting a startup, and for a lot of people that it feels like maybe the only way to sort of maybe create something. For some people become rich. I mean, that's a part of it. For some others to work with what they want to work. For who would you say creating a startup is suitable? Is it suitable for everyone? Should it be a special kind of person? Like who should not create a startup maybe, and who should?
Yeah. Well, interesting question. I just say do it if you want to. There are a few reality checks you should do. One, I hear a lot from previous entrepreneurs or current entrepreneurs, like, I wish I would have done it when I was younger. Because, when you come straight from university, it's this kind of moment, like, the more life goes on, you have more responsibility, you might have family, you have a busy job, you have a mortgage, you're more settled. Whilst, in the beginning, you have nothing to lose. You're not used to nice holidays and, good income and, you're not as it's not comfortable. And you're also okay with having a part-time job. You might work in the night, in a bar or at the weekends in a retail shop. So I'd say that. There is this kind of myth, which I would like to, blow over, which is many think like, oh, this is a dream job, being an entrepreneur, and it's not. It's like 10% of it, which you share on your social media channels. That is the fun bit, the photo shoots and the branding and the
podcast.
Definitely a highlight. Ka-ching. Yeah. But the rest is heavy grinding and, a lot of rejections. And you need to be an excellent salesperson because you need to believe in your product. And obviously, if you do, then, you're best in that. And I think you also should, like I was saying, just do it, but you should test the market. I mean, as now being specialized in marketing, is like do a pilot phase, like go and try out. And digital, of course, is way easier product than if you do physical, because that takes a lot of, you need investment, you need to production, there is more room for failure than, and the digital side, of course, development work and so on. But you're a little bit more agile in trying out.
And then maybe warehouse, and then products, and then shipping, and some basically.
That's right.
But I mean, which one would you say that is a key number one indicator that yes, you have it, you can move forward, like as an entrepreneur? Would it be like, I don't know, problem solving or ideating?
Oh,
which one?
Personality wise?
Yeah.
I would, it's very diverse, depending what industry you are. You can be a total introvert and smash it and look at Spotify story. But I'd say the idea I would say is the most important. It needs to be unique. Has not been done before. You need to have the patterns in place. If that's the case, you need to have a great team put together, partners you can rely on, and some talent and stamina. And it's gonna be a hard ride.
Yeah.
And you just it's a marathon, not a sprint. A bit of a cliche, but it's true.
It is.
And you need to be able to roll up your sleeves. You can't be, and you top consultant, you expect top jobs, you come in, whilst as an entrepreneur, you have 10 roles. You from like cleaning your office to fundraising to factory sourcing to hiring to updating the website to keeping up with social media. The list is never ending, but super exciting. But I guess that's one decision you have to make if you're very you're broad. If you want to move on in your career, then you need to also pick again something you're really good in, because nobody wants someone who's just good in everything. That's a classic entrepreneurial job.
So it needs you need to rely on people as well. So you start solopreneur, but then you get a bigger team. So you need people as well. You need to even ask for help at some point.
That's right. Yeah. That is something I'm extremely always banging on, that you're not afraid to get support and know your limits, and also be able to surround yourself by more intelligent people or people who complement your skills in order for you to grow. Because as an entrepreneur, you don't think about yourself and your career, you think about your company. You always put your company first. And so is it with any discussion you have with your business partner. It's about the company. What's the best for it to be a success, because it will benefit everyone.
Yeah. And this asking for help is so important as well, because it is... this is what the vibe that I got. You need to do it alone, and if someone asks for help, it means that they're not capable for the job. How is your experience on that? You said that you ask for help, or
Well, I would say it's a lifelong learning attitude, and I'm kind of quoting again Strawbees, the company. It's just you see how much I identify with this. I was and also with Squid London previously, once you get to the point where you stop learning that, and you get, in my case, you get bored, then it's time to move, learn or move on or give yourself a push or out of this comfort zone. And this you can do in so many ways. And for me, I never will be cocky enough to say I know it all. I'm not a Miss Know It All. Nobody likes a Miss Know It All, but quite the opposite. If you're honest also to your colleagues, then you kind of share also a certain vulnerability, and they go okay, well if she says that, then probably if she says something else, that's true, and you strengthen your strength as well, and you can learn that. Your question was what I'm looking for, or more how I do it.
More likely of since you support that, ask for help, or say that I do not know something.
Yeah,
and
where do I find that support? Yeah. Everywhere. If you have your eyes open, and so with opportunities, if you look for something, then you will, doors will open. I have peer group. I talk about the co-working spaces, those events. Also peer group, you support each other and go, hey, come on, what's the news? Where you, mentorship is a great thing. I, as a woman, I'd say in my last 12 years, I've been a little bit over-mentored, especially by men, where I'm kind of back off. I kind of look more for peer mentorship, or my colleagues. It's great to have friends and allies in your company where you go you push yourself, you support, and say, hey, I want to be beyond just developing the best blog of Strawbees. I want to be using now the new AI language. I want to, have this chat window of building buyer personas, etc. I want to push my skills, because marketing is not a job you can just study and be big, fat and happy. The opposite. You constantly are on a learning curve. You need to do new courses, webinars, books, podcasts. The list goes on. I don't know where to end.
It's I think it's a way of thinking. It's like
It's a philosophy.
It's like accounting. It's like
It's how you motivate yourself, as you were saying, Ludwig. You know, like some people it's by money, some it's by learning. I mean, I know. Ideally, it's like it's a combination of everything in order to feel valued and to keep pushing yourself and building your career.
Yeah, I think that was a short but very condensed episode.
Yeah.
And our time, unfortunately, is over here. And before that, I would really like to thank Beppo Studios, which are like located in Södermalm. Such an amazing place, and thank you for having us. Thank you, Mats, back there.
Yeah, I will give him also a big shout out in our co-working space, Mats.
Yeah.
Yes, and definitely. And thank you, Viviane, for agreeing in having this short but very condensed.
Loved it. Every second of it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Keep going, and I want to hear more about your guys' plans and because Hyper Island is a fantastic school. I mean, if I would have had the chance back then, I would have loved to have that opportunity.
You can apply now.
Yeah. Luckily, I have you, Greg. So she's like, how do you do this there? How do you can, we learn from each other.
Yeah.
But if you want to see more of Viviane or your work, where can we find you?
I guess LinkedIn is the best way to connect with me. Yeah.
And also, Strawbees is growing, right?
Yes,
so
that's right.
And you have open places for interns.
That's
as well.
right. Yeah. Very data-driven, like sales development role.
Oh, we have an applicant here already.
All right, please, send it in. Like we're part of a bigger group, Albert Group, and we're all at tech. European tech companies, and we looking for people with the same, who want to join our tribe. And there's so many exciting opportunities. So please check in. There is constantly something out.
Nice. And if everyone applies to Strawbees through this podcast, please include us.
If I do it right now,
it's really gonna help. It's
Get some
a coupon.
credit.
I'm from this podcast and I'm applying.
Yeah, right. Greg, a nice reference.
Yeah, thank
Great.
you so much. We'll see you on
HyperTalks.
Talks.
Talk. That was an exclusive version.
Yeah.